set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Breaks a tackle. Now he's forced out right. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now a play fake here on first down. Man open left side. It's Williams. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable.
And his first carry, he loses the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there's no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by T.J. McDonald. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
About that interception, like father, like son. Tim McDonald Sr. had 40 interceptions in the NFL, playing with Arizona and San Francisco. His son trying to follow in his footsteps.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On play action, they'll throw. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Takes this to the 45. Not much space after that broken tackle. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
6 yards to go here on second down. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Now back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. They'll look to throw. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So a costly penalty and now a tougher third down situation. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it first and 10. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Buying time to his left. His throw incomplete. They were looking to get it to Kelvin Benjamin there. And now it's third down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. forced out to his left. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. In his 5th year from UCLA, here's Jeff Locke to kick it away. The dangerous Jarvis Landry back for Miami. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right on the 30. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. A first scoring update now from Carolina. Early lead in that one for the Packers. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
So 2nd and 10 here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. On 2nd down, Williams. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Looking to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And we were scoreless up until this point in the 2nd quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along, or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
We remind you that coming up later tonight, this is going to be a good one. The Cowboys and the Raiders going at it in the East Bay.
Oh, that's old school right there.
Old school indeed. Then Monday night, another good late season matchup. The Falcons and the Buccaneers from Tampa to wrap up Week 15. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And some space here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's McCoy. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Maybe a little sign of life here offensively, Charles. They get their first down. They didn't have any in quarter number 1.
And I think what we're seeing is great evidence of good scouting by both teams, right? Understanding what they like to do, their best plays, try and take those away early. So now we're seeing some adjustments, and they end up getting their first down.
Now a 1st down carry here for McCoy. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo 1st down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. Back to Buffalo after this. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Here's a give to McCoy running left. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now a handoff. Running left is McCoy. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. Again, it's McCoy. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. He was looking for Charles Clay as tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. A give to McCoy. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Second quarter in Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. They'll try and run for it with McCoy. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now Tre'Davious White on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they start the second half with a carry by McCoy. And some room to work. And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They'll drop to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Lawrence Timmons coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They'll look to throw here. Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the ladder 50. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Lorenzo Alexander in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Steps in, and this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So the D-line's going to spread out.
Here we go.
On the counter, here's McCoy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Back to throw here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They'll try the right side with McCoy. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
He'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to McCoy. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They go now to McCoy. He's seen a ton of action this afternoon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good. Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. And a shocker there. The Browns lead that ball game at the moment. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you've got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this one complete to Julius Thomas. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity.
3 yards to go here on 2nd down. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. A wide receiver carry for Parker. They find some open field here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. So the run gets them the 1st, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Parker. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They go back to the ground with Williams. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They're going to look to throw, and he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Gabe Wright in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. On play action, they'll throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Kenny Stills, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And the offense will be looking to get at least some of this yardage back here. It's 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Cameron Wake, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Here's Jeff Locke now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now Landry. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So now here come the Dolphins. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd down following the run. They'll look to throw. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a cornerback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Now a 20th carry here for McCoy. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. And that one, all Packers right now. They've scored again. If they could win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out.